Welcome back to Swipe Smarter. And tonight we're talking about one of the biggest lies men tell themselves. 3 words. She'll change. Now, before the nephews start throwing their phones across the room, let me be clear here. This isn't a woman problem. This is a decision-making problem because men will do this everywhere in life. All right, they do it with women, they do it with friends, you guys do it with jobs, you do it with opportunities, and you ignore reality and fall in love with potential. And that's where the trouble starts. See, attraction has a way of making men negotiate with reality. You see inconsistency and you call it growth potential. You see bad communication, you call it a rough patch. You see this incompatibility and you tell yourself it'll work itself out. Before you know it, you're no longer dealing with the person in front of you. You're dealing with the person you've created in your head. And that's not betting. That's wishful thinking. So here's some real game for you, nephews. The woman you're dating is not her future potential. The woman you're dating is who she is today. And if you have to completely redesign somebody in your imagination before they fit into your life, they're probably not a fit for your life. And that's where self-respect comes in, because attraction will make you want something. Emotional control will help you evaluate it, but self-respect helps you walk away when it doesn't align. And that's what we're teaching here tonight. We're not here to judge women. We're not here to bash these ladies. We're not here to complain about modern dating. We're here to teach men how to make better decisions, because women, nephews, they're just a perk of the job. The job is becoming a man capable of recognizing what belongs in his life and what doesn't. So tonight, we're going profile by profile, pattern by pattern, decision by decision. We're looking at the information that's actually there instead of the story that us men often tell ourselves. If you've ever ignored red flags, if you've ever fallen for potential, if you've ever stayed longer than you should have, if you've ever caught yourself saying, yeah, but she'll change, then trust me, nephew, you're watching the right show tonight. Lock in, call in, put your questions in the chat, email Uncle Johnny if you want to get on next Monday's show, send us smoke signals, tie a note to a dove. And let me tell you something, if you're really down bad, put SOS in the comments and we'll come find you. Lock in, nephews. Let's level up and let's look at some of these lovely ladies. My name is William. I'm your certified unk tonight. Johnny, go ahead and introduce yourself for everybody watching.
So I'm Johnny Dumbbell. I'm your no BS personal trainer and life coach here in beautiful Pittsburgh. I'm sitting here at my desk talking to you because I did not feel like putting on pants. But I'm here to coach you young men on mindset, whatever happens to be, fitness, ladies, as we're going to be seeing tonight, and relationships and what to do about their beginnings, their middles, and their ends. You see, all the things I just mentioned are things that I have managed to screw up at one point or another in my life. And I think most men by middle age could probably tell a few great stories for a bar as to some of the stupid things that we did as Gen X's or millennials, as we came up. And most of the time we did it in the name of either love or adult fun, as Uncle Bill likes to say. So I said that to say this. There are probably some great stories that could be told about the things we've done for something so simple. And there's a moral to those stories, and we are not proud of the stories themselves, but what we are proud of is the men that we became from the lessons we learned from those stories, often the hard way. To abbreviate it, I guess what I'm saying is we screwed up so you don't have to, so listen up.
All right, nephews, lock in. Let's bring out these lovely ladies tonight. I know that's why you're all here. All right, so let me explain to you just how this goes real quick. These are the random profiles that Bumble throws at me. And we're going to go through them. We're going to break them down. We're going to give you the game on how to get at some of these women. I need you to understand, not all of these women are for me, nephew. Some of them are for you. So we want to use them as an example to teach you the right way to get at these women. So put your questions in the chat. Let us know. Call up. I got our phone lines open, nephews. Give me 1 second here. I'll put the number up for everybody.
And by the way, if you see a profile you think we should swipe left or swipe right on, stop us right where we are. Give us a call and hey, tell us over the air. Over the air. Tell us over the phone. Yes, no, left, right.
Absolutely. Okay, there's our phone line, our phone number. Our phone lines are open. Our first profile tonight.
We do not do the super like. That's a waste of money. I'm just telling you right now.
We got Katie. She's 32 and she filled out her bio.
Hi, Katie.
She says, "Hi all. I'm in search of a wedding date for mid-September. Drama, possibly fights, a lot of hillbillies. Said lovingly, I'm one too. I've been single long term, got through grad school, steady career, settled house, etc., and would enjoy a new friend / casual dating. I have tattoos and piercings." All right, Johnny, I'll tell you what. I'm going to go through and read the whole profile, and then we'll break it down, okay?
All right, let's do this.
All right, next prompt. She says, after work, you could find me watching Smosh or reading in bed with my pup and an iced decaf coffee.
I don't think I know what Smosh is.
Next prompt. I'm ready for someone who can handle an extended Appalachian family during upcoming drama-filled wedding in September.
God, where is TK when you need him?
Bruh.
Hey, I was just talking about TK on the live stream earlier tonight. Shout out to TK. Love you, TK.
I say we swipe right on this girl and then introduce her to TK.
She says, my simple pleasures are sitting on a patio, listening to birds, crispy Diet Coke, fishing, reading, or gaming.
Wait a minute. I'm going to call timeout. What is a crispy Diet Coke, or do I not want to know?
I would think it's a fresh one, John. But
is that like a Southern thing?
A fresh Coke, a crispy one? You don't know?
I've never had a crispy soda. Sorry.
You're a yinzer, John. What do you expect?
We don't say crispy out here. Hey, first of all, yins don't say soda. Yins got to say pop. And yins never want to chew the pop before yins got to swallow it.
Hey,
jeez Louise, I'll tell you what.
Let us know in the chat.
And by the way, I've learned that I'll tell you what, that's a complete thought out here.
All right, now
actually a sentence.
I'm going to be honest with you. The bar is in hell on dating apps right now, but Johnny, I think she cleared it. Barely, but I think she cleared it.
Yeah.
All right, because we know things like grad school, stable career, homeowner, dog owner, gamer, reader, family oriented for sure. This is all actual information. Now, there's some self-humor in it too that I like. The wedding stuff. It's funny. It's specific. Yeah. It's memorable, and it gives people something to respond to. I gotta say, John, she has a pretty established life. She's 32, grad school's done, career's established, house. That's not potential. That's reality.
So that way, if she tells you, if she tells you, I'm not sure what I want, it's because she doesn't want you.
A lot of people talk about where they're headed. She's describing where she is already. And I got to tell you, I like that she has multiple hobbies. This is something I tell the nephews to do in their own profile. She's talking about reading, gaming, fishing, patio time. Those are real hobbies, not the company line. I love to laugh and travel.
Listen, you'd be surprised if you can learn in a place where there's no cell phone reception. I'm telling you.
Okay, now looking for something casual.
And I say that seriously. I'm not being sarcastic.
The casual, it may be a red flag, but not because casual is bad, but because men ignore it. And this is tonight's lesson. This woman is literally telling you casual. And some guys immediately say, yeah, but maybe she'll change.
God.
No. Stop. Not
I
gonna
don't
happen.
care what you saw in the chick flick. That is not how it works 9 times out of 10. That's why they make movies about it, because it's rare.
And this is where the nephews get themselves in trouble.
You're not a
We'll
movie.
see stable, educated, house, funny, family-oriented, and immediately decide that this woman is relationship material.
He wants to bear her
Bruh.
kids.
Maybe she is, but that's not what she said. She said casual. And you don't get to rewrite her profile because you like the rest of it. So
We're going to ignore the parts that I'm not so sure about and just like dive right into the parts I am sure about. Here comes
All
a
right.
red flag. Yeah.
Johnny, I want to talk about something that you and I talk about. We've talked about previously, but I want the nephews to understand this. And I want to talk about why men don't value women's accomplishments the same way women value men's. Right?
Right.
Because
Well, I mean, for one, it's
ahead.
not a deal breaker nor a deal closer for us. I mean, look, it's not that we don't care what you've done in your life. We're just saying that it's not the deciding factor as to whether or not we want to date you.
The internet usually turns this into a bit of a gender war. And,
and
that's
it's really
because,
not.
Well, outrage, it pays better than nuance. The
Yeah,
real
that's
answer, it's much simpler. Most men are not selecting a woman primarily based on her accomplishments.
No, as a matter of fact, I'm proud of your accomplishments. I'm really excited that you are excited about what you've accomplished, and it probably is a pretty awesome thing, whatever it happens to be. But it's not what makes me say that I am or am not attracted to you.
Look, nephews, most men, we're selecting for character. We're selecting for temperament, for lifestyle compatibility, for loyalty, great communication, shared values, of course, physical attraction, but more importantly, this little thing called peace. And a woman can have 3 degrees, run a Fortune 500 company, make $1 million a year, and all of that. It's impressive. It's very impressive, but it doesn't automatically tell me whether she's pleasant to be around. Just like a man can be broken, kind, or rich and absolutely unbearable. Accomplishments, they tell you what someone has done. Character tells you who they are. And for long-term relationships, character, it tends to matter more. All right. Now, here's something that matters more to me than her accomplishments, Johnny. And I'm gonna break this down for the nephews. Why following my lead matters more. Okay, following my lead, that doesn't mean do whatever I say. That's not leadership, nephews. That's control. No. Leadership means making sound decisions, taking responsibility for outcomes. Leadership means being dependable. It means having direction. A woman following your lead is valuable because it means there's trust. All right, because if every decision becomes a negotiation, a debate, or even a power struggle, life gets exhausting. Leadership isn't about getting your way. It's about creating enough trust that people want to follow. There's a big difference. You need to understand, a man who demands obedience usually has very little leadership. And a man who earns trust rarely has to demand anything. Now, I also want to talk, Johnny, a little bit about this part here tonight. The wedding date, the drama. She said possible fights. And then she mentioned it again down here too. What did I say? Extended Appalachian family during an upcoming drama-filled wedding in September. All right, this is where a lot of nephews make mistakes.
Yeah.
You're casually dating a woman and then immediately start evaluating her family like they're interviewing for Senate confirmation hearings. Slow down. You're not marrying the family. You're dating the woman. Now, eventually the family matters a lot. Yes, I'll give you that. But early on, what matters is how she handles her family. That's the vetting point. Not is her family crazy, because I guarantee you, nephews, every single family has at least one lunatic.
Oh, yeah.
Some families
You're
are
looking
running
at two of them
a
right
buy
here.
one, get 5 free special. The question is, can she establish boundaries? Because that's what I'm looking for. Now, I got to tell you, family can be loud, they can be dramatic, they can be chaotic, but if she can navigate it, sets boundaries, says no, manages conflict while maintaining her peace, this is a good sign.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to be honest with you here. Now, the opposite of that, she has a loud, dramatic family. It's very chaotic, and she gets pulled into every single conflict every week, every month, every holiday, every barbecue. Now you're dating the family drama, whether you want to or not.
I'll say this. If you're Italian, you're already used to loud family members. And let's face it, in my experience, the backwoods girls and the Italian girls, they're not really that different. I mean, so if you could handle it, hey, oh, look, you could probably handle this girl's family. I think you might be okay. If you're in the Youngstown, Pittsburgh, Cleveland area, you probably are at least half Italian. You might be all right with this one.
Nephews, the family isn't the test. She is. I need you to watch how she responds. Watch how this woman handles conflict. Watch how she handles pressure. Watch how she handles boundaries. Because that's the person you're actually dating. Okay. And the problem isn't having a crazy family. The problem is not knowing where your family ends and your life begins. All right. I don't want to keep hammering on this too much, but I do want to say that not everybody gets to choose their family, but every single one of you gets to choose your boundaries.
Yeah, like, I mean, and you know, Uncle Bill's right because not once did I ask to be the best looking sibling, but here we are, you know.
All right, Johnny. So while I think this is a pretty solid profile, I'm going to pass on her. This just isn't my type.
I'm absolutely posting a clip of that.
Bruh.
All right, let me check out this next profile, Johnny. All right. We got another Yinzer here.
All right.
All right, Johnny. We got Alicia, 35. Works in student affairs at Carnegie Mellon University.
Hey, that's about 4.5, 5 miles from here.
About Alicia. What did it say she was, Johnny? 35. Okay, Alicia, 35. She says curious, stylish, and usually somewhere between a museum, a great meal, and an unnecessarily long conversation about something wildly specific.
You know, I got to tell you, I've known a lot of Carnegie Mellon alumni since I've been living here in about the last 10 years, and that does seem to check out.
Prompt here says my real life superpower is making ordinary things feel a little more special and turning plans into memories.
Bless that bitch.
All right. See, I like the wording there. I like the elaborate way of saying, hey, look, let's have a dream and make it reality. Cool.
She says, I'm a real nerd about music, museums, beautiful details, and conversation that accidentally last for hours.
Bruh.
And she
I'd
says,
swipe
win me
right
over.
just for a conversation with that. Yeah, I like it.
She says, win me over by having good taste, a sense of humor, and a thoughtful plan.
Bless that bitch.
Are we always telling the nephews to have a plan?
Yes. And the thing of it is that if you are going to go into this situation unprepared, and this girl is going to have to do all the thinking, all the planning, and all the X's and O's and everything else in between, I promise you, it won't take her long to ask herself what role you really play in this whole thing. And if you walk into this without a good head, if you walk into this with your head not screwed on straight, you'll get about an hour of coffee with her if you're lucky. I mean, and the thing of it is that I say that because I've been living in Pittsburgh for the last decade plus, and I've known people who have gone to that university. I've known people who, I mean, you got to understand, Carnegie Mellon is like this huge, prestigious academic, unbelievable. The people who go there and graduate from there, even with just an undergrad degree, are incredibly talented, intelligent people. So this is a woman who has probably had a plan her entire scholastic life. She's had a plan her entire collegiate life. And she has a plan now for where she wants to be, however many years in the future. If you're going to get at this young lady, I would say get at her and have a plan of your own, and it better already be in place. If not, don't waste your time nor hers. But mostly, I mean, look, again, time's a very important commodity. Don't waste it. If you don't have that ready to go, if you're not sure where you're heading, this is not your girl.
Nephews, we talked to you about this week in, week out, that your time is the most valuable resource you have. It's not your money, it's not your assets, it's your time, which is exactly why you shouldn't waste any of it, not a single minute, especially on somebody that you're not in alignment with. Now, there's a few things that give me pause, Johnny. Unnecessary long conversations. And I think she mentions this twice. There's something else in here about conversations that accidentally last for hours. So you know where I'm going with this, Johnny. We've been doing this show for about 2 years now.
I mean, I can see that being a thing a couple of months, years down the road in the relationship, but yeah, I wouldn't go leading off with that.
No, okay. Let me break this down for you, nephews. Conversations that accidentally last for hours. That, first of all, means that you're not leading the conversation. You're going to let this thing drag on for hours. Remember, your uncles just told you that your time is your most valuable resource. Now, what is going to happen in these conversations that last for hours? Well, nephews, your words are going to expose you. You're going to say things that you can't come back from. This could even be a shit test to see what you're really made out of, to see how much emotional control you have, to see if you're willing to trauma dump, if you're going to tell her every single detail about your life, or if you're going to present a more stoic version of yourself.
And if I haven't cautioned you enough about oversharing, and you've seen enough of our episodes, I just can't help you right now. I can refer you to a professional.
Bruh.
I can refer you to a previous episode about oversharing.
We got a couple of them.
We do.
We got a couple of them.
We see this with the nephews all the time. They want this connection so bad that they almost slip into a feminine kind of mentality where, they're sharing emotions and dreams. And
I mean, the thing of it is that, and I kind of feel bad for them because on the one hand, they're being told, this generation, oh, it's okay, show how you feel, bare your soul. And then on the other hand, once they've done that, they don't realize they're being perceived as now they've been perceived as weak. And here's the thing. These girls are not doing that on purpose. They're not saying, ha ha, you shared your feelings, screw you. They're not doing that on purpose. It's not something they do on the surface. They're not saying that they want to hurt you even more if that's the way you are. No, that's not how that works. But there is something that is much, much deeper. It's biological. It's subconscious. And when they see that lack of strength, that subconscious, that primal, internal biological instinct is telling them that you're not strong enough to lead a relationship with her, and she needs to find a stronger mate.
Yeah, if you're not,
we're mammals, guys. Sorry,
you're gonna come across as weak and desperate, and she's not going to like Johnny said, she's not going to be able to help it. She is going to lose attraction for you.
And it's not her fault. She doesn't mean to.
No.
It just happens.
And it happens even subconsciously. She might not even realize that it's happening, but it's because your words have exposed you. So, and this is the exact reason why we tell you guys to keep your first dates to 60 to 90 minutes tops. I'm only there for an hour myself. I'm having a drink or two. I'm having a cup of coffee. And if I like the woman, I'm setting up the second date on the first date. And I don't need 3 or 4 hours to do that. The date doesn't have to go to 3 different locations. I'm not trying to impress women. I'm trying to share my genuine, authentic self with them and see if we're in alignment. You guys make a lot of mistakes. Go ahead, Johnny. I know where you're going.
As a matter of fact, the first date, drinks, whatever it happens to be, an episode of Ask Your Favorite Uncle should last longer than that first drink session. And if you want to know how long that is, I'm going to need you to tune in this coming Monday night at 9:35 p.m. Eastern Time, and you'll find out that if your first date with her, coffee, drinks, whatever it happens to be, exceeds that amount of time, you're overdoing it, man. It's just it's a first date.
Hey, nephews, he's telling you to put on an episode of Ask Your Favorite Uncles and wrap that date up before it's over.
As a matter of fact, if you plan on tuning in the next couple of weeks, give us a like and subscribe. It's right below. It really helps our algorithm, and it helps us reach more and more of you guys and help you out in any way we possibly can. So please.
I want you guys to understand that we're not here to sell you subscriptions. We don't have a website. We're not pushing products. Johnny Dumbbell and I are here to help each and every one of you watching level up. Take advantage.
We're not selling you a result. We are the result.
Okay, so I like what she says about have a plan.
Listen, a graduate of CMU absolutely had a plan for a very long time.
And Johnny, with the attention to details, I'm getting the neurodivergent vibe here. All right. All in all, I'm going to have to pass on this lovely lady.
Yeah, I mean, look, but I will say, if you are an intellectual, if you are the type of person who,
like stimulating conversations,
but semi-plans your life as far as structure goes, the very basis of it, but can step outside that just a little bit. You can maybe bring her out of a shell, and she can maybe bring you out of yours. I would say have your shit together, be moving forward, and then move on this one. But yeah, I'm gonna say left for me.
Yeah, it's gonna be a left for me too, dog.
But high respect though.
All right, let me check this profile out. Basically, nephews, we're not doing anything funny here. I'm just making sure that there's nothing I can't share. These platforms we're streaming on, they all have community guidelines. All right, Johnny, we got one here I can share. All right, this is Shilpa, and Shilpa is 42. It says Pittsburgh, PA, listening to the sound of ocean waves, feeling the ocean breeze and sunshine dance on my cheeks. The warm sand tickling my toes makes me feel alive. This queen is looking for her forever king to create a life and marriage filled with love, laughter, and babies. Ask me out.
I think that's great, but there's is she talking about the ocean in Pittsburgh? Because there's I mean, and if she's got her toes in the riverbed, I got bad news for you, honey. That's not sand. That's something between clay, silt, and goose shit. Sorry. Especially this time of year.
Johnny, she says she's happiest when I am closer to nature.
Bruh.
That sounds like a company line to me.
We got deer running around in downtown Pittsburgh every once in a while. I mean, that's actually not that far from the truth. No, I mean, yeah, I think she's putting forth a lot of what we think, what she thinks we want to hear. Um, Now, the ocean breeze thing tells me either she A, likes to travel, or B, is full of crap and has no idea where Pittsburgh is.
Let's finish the profile here. Together we could make fond memories. All right,
You
see,
don't say.
nephews, this should be a result of a woman just dealing with you. You should be memorable to her. If you don't know how to be memorable to a woman, slide into my DMs. We'll have us a little private conversation.
Hmm.
All right, I think that's all we got from her.
Yeah, I mean,
It says she's from Mumbai. Are there oceans in Mumbai?
well, I'm not 100% sure where in India that's located, but I will say we do have an actual pretty good sized population of Indian people here in Pittsburgh, so it's quite possible this is a very real profile. Um, Wonderful people, by the way. They ride the 38 downtown, man. These guys are so nice. I love them. Um, but yeah,
Johnny, this is a woman that wants to be swept off her feet. And I know they all do, but
you're 62 miles from Ross. I thought you were farther than that.
I have no idea. I don't even know where Ross is.
I do, and
you
that's what I'm
know.
saying. I thought you were farther away than 62 miles.
I like that she says, ask me out, although honestly, she shouldn't have to. That should be your third message, should be setting up the date. And if you don't know what I'm
Well,
talking
you know what?
about,
Maybe she has dealt with too many young men who don't know how to ask for it. Here's the thing. I don't care whether it's dating or sales. One of the biggest things you need to do if you want to be successful is close. And by close, all I mean is asking for the sale if it's a sales situation. If it's not a sales situation, it's a get date situation. You ask for the flipping date, okay? Algorithm. I mean, if you're not asking for it, how do you expect to get it? And it seems like she's dealing with a lot of guys that beat around the bush and are trying to kind of just get her to say, "Hey, why don't we go and do this?" These are guys who seem to seek to be led, and those are the guys that we are coaching you not to be. So if she is actually putting on her profile, "Hey, ask me out," maybe she's looking for somebody who can actually like take that lead and say, "Hey, you know what? I think we should go to Mug Shots on Thursday nights from 7 to 10 p.m. They got 25-cent wings. Let's do it."
I want to see all you nephews doing this.
I've heard.
Just like that. Having a plan. All right. Let me see here. Marriage filled with love, laughter, and babies. Do we want to talk about baby fever at all, or should we just move on?
Oh, Jesus. Okay, so I mean, look, I can't fault a young, fertile person for wanting to, procreate the way they feel that their God intended for them to do. If that does not match your personal goals, that would be the place where I would say maybe let's go left.
I think baby fever is a combination of biology, psychology, timing, and life circumstance. Not every woman gets it. Not every woman gets it at the same age. Some women never get it at all. But when it happens, there's usually several things working together. Like I said, first, it's that biological component. Women have a finite fertility window. Now, whether they're consciously thinking about it or not, many of them become more aware of this as they move through their late 20s and into their 30s. The body doesn't send push notifications.
Well, I mean, listen, there does come a time when you wake up, roll out of bed, and realize, oh shit, my hips aren't working yet. So, I mean, yeah, maybe that happens, but other than that, no, you're right.
All right, the emotional component for women, for many women, babies,
Notified though.
They're not just babies. They represent family, legacy, purpose, that nurturing, building something meaningful. Just like some men become obsessed with building their businesses, careers, home
As they should be.
improvements. People often want to create something larger than themselves. Now, I think the part that's huge, I would say, is the social component. Because when like their friends are having kids, when their siblings are having kids, when their social media feed is full of babies, humans naturally compare their lives to people around them. And I caution you against doing that, nephews, because comparison is the killer of all joy.
Man.
All right, but sometimes what gets labeled as baby fever, it's actually everyone around me is entering a different phase of their life. It's baby fever. It's not the same thing as this woman should become the mother of my children. All right, because those are two very different conversations. Because a woman wanting children tells you something important, nephews. It tells you about her priorities. It tells you what stage of life she's entering. It tells you what future she could be considering.
I mean,
The
that should be
vetting-
like the easiest thing to vet. Yeah.
The vetting question isn't, does she have baby fever? The vetting question is, does her timeline align with mine? Shout out to Johnny Dumbo. He said that 2 minutes before I got to it. Comes back to alignment. Like a woman wanting kids over the next 2 years, it isn't wrong. A man wanting to wait 10 years isn't wrong. But if neither acknowledges the difference, somebody's going to get hurt.
Yeah.
Bruh.
All right. I'm all good on the babies. So Shilpa here and myself, we're not in alignment.
Are you sure you don't want one more?
Bruh.
Don't go there, Johnny.
I don't think he wants.
All right, so I'm going to pass on Shilpa here. All right, next up, Johnny, we got another Carnegie Mellon alumni here.
Listen, man, maybe we should go on my account. These girls like probably live within a mile or two of me.
Okay, let me just check out Nessra's profile real quick. No.
By the way, guys, if you have a great story about the online dating, how things went, how things ended up, whether it's funny, crazy, scary, stupid, whatever it happens to be, leave it in the live chat. We'd love to hear about it. We'd love to read about it. And, or better yet, call in and tell us about it.
All right, I can't share. She's got a picture of a kid in here.
Bad, that's right.
Hey, you know what? I got one I can share, Johnny, and let's talk to the nephews about a profile like this, because more often than not, we see profiles just like this one. This is Ashley, 43. It says she's a registered nurse.
Bless that bitch.
All right. Thank you.
No bio. So she
No, thank you.
drinks frequently. No prompts. So Ashley here added 4 pictures from her camera.
Oh my
roll.
God. Dude, you're not going to believe this. She came across my Bumble the other day. I shit you not. I swear by God. And the only reason I remember is because there were a couple of things that I noticed that I don't want to be rude and I'm not going to say. But I saw her come across mine.
All right. Well,
holy crap. That's the first time. We've been doing this 2 years. That's the first time somebody who's come across my feed came across your feed.
I like
that
nurses.
Is awesome.
I'll date a nurse.
Oh, dear God.
Low-key, nephews, nurses are freaks.
They seriously, I mean, listen, I
have yet to meet a nurse that has wanted me to show an ounce of self-restraint.
Okay, but here's the thing. The CNAs might let you get away with a little, even more than the nurses do. Just saying.
All right. So, but
I've heard.
For vetting purposes, I'm going to pass on this one. She didn't fill out the profile. And we always talk about standards and nephews. I have a standard that I refuse to swipe on any woman who didn't take time to fill out her profile.
Ashley, if you see this, do your homework.
Yeah, really, Ashley.
Shame on you.
if she would have put some kind of prompt and told me a little bit about what she's looking for, the things she values in her life, if she would have put a little more effort into it, I might have swiped on her.
If she'd put half as much effort into her profile as she did money into that, I got to tell you, pretty cool looking jean jacket, we'd be talking about going right.
Bruh.
All right. Well, it is what it is. We're going to pass on this one.
Later, Ashley. Please pull around. That is crazy.
Damn, this one's got a kid in it too, and I like this one.
That's the first time I've ever seen somebody come across your bubble swipes that actually came across my bubble swipes. I also swiped left, but good
All
luck,
right,
Ashley.
she got 6 pictures on here, Johnny, and 4 of them are her in the gym.
Bless that bitch.
I understand, and I appreciate that, and I think that's fantastic. I still swipe left.
Yeah.
Although the actual dress was cool. Oh, that's another. I was going to say, damn.
Yeah. She says, I love my men fully tatted.
Bruh.
Uncle Bill, that's all you, bro.
Nah, I'm not trying to swipe on. I don't know, bro.
She wants the guy with the neck tattoo to come wreck that life of hers.
All right, let me get off this profile here. I'm passing.
Like a quarterback.
Okay. I got one we can share. Okay. She's from Kumasi.
What the hell is that? I isn't that something
Johnny, we
sauerkraut?
might make this our last profile for the night. Or maybe we'll do one more. Let's see how long it takes us to get through this one. All right. So next up, nephews, we got Sarah. Sarah here is 32, sales assistant. Please read in big bold letters and then some exclamation
Which
points.
means she not only filled out a profile, she actually filled out a profile that she feels is important. Cool. So far, so good.
Don't match and ask questions that's stated. Here using travel mode. I'm from and live in Ghana. Don't match if you're not Christian, you don't want kids, you're not ready to chat. I hope to find a meaningful relationship. I'm seeing what's outside my continent for me.
Okay, so she's dating with intention and looking for somebody who's got a passport or enough money to fly her back.
Yeah, something tells me she's trying to get out of Africa. I like this, Johnny. It says if I cooked it would be romantic.
Bless that bitch.
Okay.
Now,
So she's putting forth serious effort. Look, she's putting forth serious effort, to find somebody who's willing to fund her way out of wherever she is, in this case, Ghana.
Now, nephews, we talk about dates all the time. We tell you what you should be doing for first dates, and we also talk about the second date. And my favorite move is cooking at her crib or my crib. So with her putting, if I cook you dinner, it will be romantic. It's actually in alignment because for the second date, we would take a little field trip to the grocery store and I would pick out all the things that I want to show her how to cook for me.
Well, here's the only problem I have with that, though, Bill. Is it that, or did she put romantic because she has no idea what she would cook because maybe she doesn't know how?
Well,
I mean, there's that possibility, too. So here's the thing. I was kind of thinking, like, if I cooked you dinner, it would be romantic. Okay, great, cute, awesome. Maybe if I asked if you were to slow dance with me, you can answer that. I want to know what dish you know how to make. Is it, shakshuka, or is it like Kraft macaroni and cheese?
I agree because I like to put pressure on women.
I love
and
shakshuka.
If they're going to tell me that they're going to cook, I need to know what their best dish is. But here's what I need you guys to understand. If she doesn't know how to cook, that's fine with me because I'm going to teach her how to cook for me. It doesn't matter other people. We talk about this all the time. If you have a woman you're seeing and you ask her to go make you a sandwich, but you don't give her instructions on how to make a sandwich for you, she's basically making you the last man sandwich. So it's important you give her instructions. It's important you tell her how you like your food cooked. And if you're doing it together in the kitchen, it can be very playful and very romantic. I'm kind of right. Honestly, if she wasn't in Ghana, that might be right on point for me.
Yeah, I mean, for some of you who are raised a little bit oversensitive, some of the things Uncle Bill's saying might sound a little bit, oh, I don't know about that. That sounds kind of it. No, here's the thing. The fact of the matter is that somebody who is that interested, that biologically attracted to you, and wants to make something of the relationship you already have into something more is going to go ahead and do those things, even if you didn't ask them to. You're just giving them specs. That's all it is. If they have that level of respect and admiration for you, they're going to want to do something like that anyway. You're just kind of helping them do it to perfection, which is what I would imagine somebody who loves and respects you would want to do anyway. So you're helping them give you what, essentially you want. That is also teamwork. That is also a relationship. So just, think about that.
She says, instead of drinks, let's watch movies.
Bruh.
Why can't we do both?
All right, well, watching movies is a horrible date, especially for a first or second date.
Well, no, wait. Are we talking the theater or are we talking Netflix and chill?
All right. I can get into the Netflix and chill part if you'd like.
I can get balls deep into the Netflix and chill. Absolutely.
Let's talk about the movies.
Can I say balls deep? I don't think I can say that.
Because if you just met a woman, you matched with her, you don't know her that well, she is going to be, unless she's really physically attracted to you, she's going to be hesitant about coming over to your house until she learns a little more about you, about your consistency, about your leadership, just about you in general.
Yeah.
So taking a woman to the movies, to a movie theater date, is an absolutely horrible idea because you're going to sit there quietly and not say a word for 2 hours. You're not going to get to know her. You're not going to get to know the things that she values, what she wants to do with her life, stuff like that. You're going to sit there quietly in a movie theater.
And most of you guys are going to think you're smooth by going out for milkshakes right after the movie. And that's the first time you get to have a conversation with her, or at least you're getting to converse with her for the first time in like 2 or 3 hours. And that's after you saw a movie that you may or may not have even liked. You know what I mean? Yeah, just a really bad idea all around.
I like the milkshake date idea, Johnny.
Dude,
I love it.
listen.
Do
Okay,
the
so
milkshake, forget about the movies, nephews.
I don't know how much you guys know about Pittsburgh, but if you ever come to Pittsburgh, you need to go to the Milkshake Factory. There's several locations, and let me tell you, some of the flavors there, as a personal trainer, I don't know anything about, of course, but I've heard that a lot of those milkshakes are out of this world. So if you're ever in Pittsburgh, Milkshake Factory, check it out. Unbelievable.
I like to take women to Pulp on dates because you get a protein Pulp.
Oh,
you don't have those out.
Yeah.
Okay, so like last week, I went to the gym with this
It's
woman.
like Jamba Juice, but you got to chew before you swallow it.
Went to the gym with this woman, had a great worked out together a little bit, and then we just went and did our own separate things. But after the gym, we went to Pulp.
Yeah.
Love that. Love getting protein after a workout. I love women who are healthy and into that kind of stuff too. Had a great time.
And then they went to Pump, but he can't tell you about that because algorithm.
Win me over by thoughtfulness and nice breath. Wait a minute. Is this woman telling me that y'all ain't even brushing your teeth out here?
Man. Listen, guys, you got to give yourself every edge you possibly can.
Okay. So she wants to get out of Africa. Okay, that's fine. Nephews, the goal here isn't to judge people for what they want. The goal is to determine whether what they want aligns with the life that you're trying to build. So with that in mind, I'm going to have to swipe left on this one, Johnny.
Yeah, I mean, dude, we're we're certainly not financing a transatlantic flight here.
Bruh.
Give me 1 second here. Okay, we don't have anything in chat. No, phone lines are open if you guys want to call up. I think we're about to wrap this up, Johnny.
Yeah, I think it's about that time, man.
Give me 1 second here.
By the way, guys, I am available for in-person if you're in the Pittsburgh area or virtual training anywhere in the world. Let me know in the live chat is my email, nochaserjc@gmail.com. And hey, let's talk. Shoot me an email. We can have a little back and forth and see where your head's at.
Give me 1 more second here.
Now remember, like I said, the 23-year-old fitness influencer out there is selling a result. And there's nothing wrong with that. I think that's great. But guys like Uncle Bill and me, who are in our 40s, and we've got it figured out, we are living the result. So if you lay the groundwork now, young men, you can actually live a much healthier and happier 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. And if you're a little bit older than that, if you're in your 30s, 40s, hey, listen, it's never too late. Let's get those ligaments and joints flexible. And let's get stability, endurance, strength, all those things. Anyway, again, emails in the chat.
Before we get out of here tonight, I want to leave the nephews with one final thought. The biggest lie men tell themselves isn't I can fix her. It isn't she's different. It isn't even it'll all work out. The biggest lie that men tell themselves is she'll change.
The better, yeah.
Because that lie, it gives men permission to ignore reality. It gives them permission to ignore red flags. It gives them permission to ignore incompatibility. Gives them permission to stay in situations they should have walked away from months ago. And the crazy part, most of the time, that woman isn't lying to you. She's showing you exactly who she is. The problem is that you're hoping she'll become someone else. That's not dating. That's wishful thinking. And here's some real game for you, nephews. One of the most important skills a man can develop is the ability to separate what he wants to be true from what is true. Because life doesn't care about what you want. Reality doesn't care about what you want. Reality simply is. And the men who build great lives learn to make decisions based on reality, not fantasy. And that's where emotional control comes in, because attraction will make you see potential. Emotional control helps you see patterns. And this is where accountability comes in, because accountability means accepting the consequences of the decisions you make, including the people that you allow into your life. A lot of men think they're choosing a woman. What they're actually choosing is a future. You're choosing the habits, the communication style, the values, the family, the decision-making, the peace or the chaos. Every relationship comes with a future attached to it. The question is, are you paying attention to the one you're choosing? Because attraction can get your attention. Potential can get your imagination. But patterns, nephew, they tell you the truth. Always. If somebody consistently shows you who they are, believe them. Not because they're perfect, not because they're bad, but because reality is the most honest thing you'll ever encounter. And reality becomes a lot easier to navigate when you stop arguing with it. So don't ask, who could she become? Ask yourself, who is she today? Don't ask, what do I hope happens? Ask, what am I actually seeing? Because your future, it's hidden inside the decisions that you make today. And the men who win aren't always the smartest men. They're the men who learn to see things clearly. I want you to know, I appreciate everybody that tuned in tonight. I appreciate everybody in the chat. Whenever we get calls in, I really appreciate you guys. And I appreciate all of you nephews out there doing the work, leveling up, learning to make better decisions. Remember, women are a perk of the job. The job is becoming a man who could tell the difference between potential and reality. Until next time, nephews, go forth and conquer. Ron, you got anything to say before we wrap this up?
Yeah. The date was October 24th, 2009. Right before I walked down the aisle to get married, my dad took me aside. And he said, women marry men thinking he will change, and he never does. Men marry a woman, men marry a woman thinking she won't change, and she changes every other week. And I think that's what makes some of you young men, and first of all, I didn't know what the hell he was talking about until later on, but I learned the hard way. Again, we screwed up so you don't have to. But the problem with that is, I love the applause. My mom loves those applause breaks. But the problem is that we think that change is going to be for the better, at least for us. We think that when that change happens, it's because she's improving consistently. We think that when that change happens, it's because she's adjusting to know how to love us better. And in a perfect world, that's the way it would be. And I've seen a lot of relationships, marriages where that was the case. But here's the thing. If she's already on a negative path, you can't just expect her to change all by herself and, steer this relationship into the positive when you were the one that was supposed to be leading in the first place. Now, I'm going to leave it at that. We are not going to be able to talk to you again until Monday night, 9:35 p.m. Eastern time. So between now and then, we got a whole weekend, and I know I got a fun one planned. But we're not going to be able to bail you out of jail. We don't have that kind of money. So keep the drugs and alcohol to a minimum. But if you do drink, don't drive. And if you do drive, don't park. Because accidents cause people, and that's going to cost you.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Before we go, I just want to give a shout out to all the fathers. I hope you guys have a happy Father's Day. And thank you all for making an impact in your children's life. All right,
something, Lily, I love you.